What's up guys, Shane Starnes here with Droid Monitor X. Huawei recently sent me the Honor 5X for review. This is their budget-friendly device that they are releasing to the US. So we're finally getting our hands on a Huawei device that's outside of the realm of the Nexus 6P. The standout feature of this device has to be its price. It's a $200 device, but you're getting a lot more than what you would expect from a device of this price range. Could this be the king of budget devices? We're gonna find out. Let's go ahead and get started. All right guys, first up we'll talk about design. Now, being that this device will only set you back $200, normally in that price range you're looking at an all plastic built device. The Honor 5X gives us a metal unibody design. You actually have metal on the back. It's fully covered in metal, minus at the top and the bottom it has plastic, which blends in very well. The sides are wrapped in metal and they have those chamfered edges that we remember from the Note 4. The only downside of the metal back is the fact that it's made of a lower grade metal, which means that it's prone to scratching. I've already got one small scratch on the back of my device after just carrying it for a couple of days. And it's also very slick, so it'll slip out of your hands very easily. Other than that, this thing is very easy to hold in the hand. It's very manageable to hold. It's a 5.5-inch display, and it's only 82 millimeters thick. So on the top of the device, you will find a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. On the right side of the device, you'll find the volume rocker. Just below that, you will find the power button. And then on the bottom of the device, you'll find a micro USB charge port and dual speakers, which sound okay. They're just kind of meh if you ask me. On the left side of the device, you'll notice that you have two separate slots. Each one of those holds their own SIM card, and the bottom actually also has a slot for expandable storage. You can also fit a micro SD card slot in that slot and still use both of your SIM cards. Moving along to the back of the device, you'll find an LED flash, a fingerprint scanner, and a 13 megapixel shooter with f2.0 aperture. On the front of the device, you'll find a 5 megapixel selfie camera and also that in-call speaker. Moving along to the display of the Honor 5X, this is another area where the phone just really impresses me. It's a 5.5-inch IPS LCD display. It's 1080p with 401 pixels per inch. So the resolution is pretty good for this size of screen. Now, coming from a QHD display, you're actually going to notice a difference, pretty big difference, but at this resolution, text really pop and images look really nice. The display has very vibrant colors without being oversaturated, and it's not really too warm, but I did notice a little bit of coolness, so colors seem a bit more blue, so it's just very slight. You're not gonna notice it very much, but there is actually a setting where you can change the temperature of the colors on your screen, so you can actually make them more neutral if you like. This screen gets pretty bright, and the fact that it's an IPS display means that you'll be able to see it better outdoors, which is awesome because that means you won't have to crank up your brightness and you'll actually save on your battery life. When talking about performance, this is the one area that leaves a lot to be desired in the 5X. Now, the performance issues are not necessarily due to the internals. It has a Snapdragon 615 processor that's clocked at 1.5 gigahertz and 2 gigabytes of RAM. There's an Adreno 405 GPU as well. And those specs should really be plenty to do simple things like open up applications or scroll from screen to screen. The EMUI software seems to cripple everything. So going from screen to screen, you'll notice lots and lots of lag. You'll also notice lag when opening up applications. So some applications seem to take forever. Loading up a simple game like Crossy Roads seems to take 5 to 10 seconds. Even loading an application like Twitter takes seconds, so it's not instant in any sense of the nature. Multitasking seemed to do decent with this phone, so certain applications don't have to reload. But the thing that can really get on your nerves is just scrolling through a news feed or like scrolling through Twitter can be quite sluggish no matter what internet speed you happen to be on. For the most part, the performance issues can be remedied by simply downloading the Google Now launcher. Not only does the Google Now launcher give you a more stock Android experience, it gives you an app drawer, things look less iOS, but things are a whole lot faster, so it takes full advantage of the processor that's inside of the phone, and things really just seem to be a whole lot better with that Google Now launcher. The 5X comes with 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. The SD card reader will allow you to expand your storage an extra 128 gigabytes, which is awesome if you are a media addict. If you like to store videos, music, and applications on your device, you'll really want to take advantage of that. One thing that sets this phone apart from other budget devices is the fact that it does include LTE support for AT&T and T-Mobile. That can't be said for other devices in the price range. The 5X comes with a 3000 milliamp hour battery, which is really large for its form factor. The 3000 milliamp hour battery, I was able to get anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of screen on time, depending on my usage. And I also found that it was able to always get all the way through the day. Even though the 5X has awesome battery life, the fact that it includes no fast charging whatsoever could be a major drawback for you if you're used to being able to juice up your phone fast. It even comes with a 5-volt and 1-amp charger, which is super slow. I mean, you would pretty much have to just charge this thing overnight. Talking about the camera on the phone, it has a 13 megapixel rear-facing camera with the f2.0 aperture, and I found that when I was able to keep my hands super steady, that images turned out really nice. They were nice and crisp, colors were vibrant, they were saturated but not oversaturated, and overall they just looked really nice. Now, if I was holding the phone one-handed and trying to take a quick shot, I noticed that images were always blurry, so there's almost no way to keep blur out of your images unless you set up a tripod or you just hold your hands super steady. Autofocus was pretty quick, and for the most part it was very accurate, and the shutter speed on this phone was also very quick, so I was able to take quick shots. The video that I captured from this camera was almost useless, very grainy, very noisy, even in really good lighting conditions. Colors were washed out and overexposed, and I just pretty much couldn't use any of the video coming out of this camera. If you're in a pinch, you've got to shoot some video and you don't really care about the quality, maybe just something to share between friends or with family members, then yeah, this will probably do the trick, and it's better than having no video camera at all. But as far as just like a really great video camera, this doesn't have it. Images, on the other hand, actually turned out pretty well with this camera as long as I was able to keep the camera stable. The 5 megapixel front-facing camera is not going to produce any award-winning selfies. In fact, most of the pictures taken from that front-facing camera are going to be low grade and very noisy. The front-facing camera will be useful for fun shots, nothing serious, and definitely nothing where you really want a nice quality shot. For me, the most exciting feature has to be the fingerprint scanner. It is just as quick as the fingerprint scanner on the Nexus 6P, just as accurate. It reads my fingerprint 99.9% of the time. In fact, while I've been using my review unit, it has never missed my fingerprint. What I really love about this fingerprint scanner is that you can set gestures. So you can actually pull down your notification panel by swiping down on the fingerprint scanner. You can remove it by swiping up. You can double tap. So another really cool feature is that you can assign actions to different digits. So if you wanted to assign an action to your middle finger, you could say, anytime I use my middle finger, I want to open up my Twitter application. That just gives you super quick and easy access to any application on your phone. And I really like that they've included that feature. The phone is running Android 5.1 with this crazy skin EMUI, and the EMUI to me is just kind of simply throwaway. I would rather have stock Android on this device. Now, EMUI picks up cues from the iPhone. There's no app drawer. The application icons look kind of iOS-y. They're just kind of cartoonish. And the drop-down menus, they just really resemble iOS. It seems like that's kind of who they're trying to cater to as an iOS fan. For everything that EMUI changes on the phone, it doesn't enhance performance or speed at all. In fact, it just kind of cripples the device. And I would have just been happier with a stock Android experience. If you're looking to spend $200 on a device, the device you should be looking at is the Honor 5X. It has the best design out of all the sub $200 phones that I've ever tried out. It has a decent camera when you're holding the camera still, and it has an awesome display. The fingerprint scanner is one of the fastest that I've used, and having those extra features, the ability to open up a separate app with a separate digit, it's just really useful in my opinion. Overall, I have to say that I'm very impressed with the Honor 5X. If I were to spend $200 on a device, the Honor 5X is the device that I would go with. All right guys, that about wraps it up for the Honor 5X review. I'm gonna be doing some more videos with this device, probably a speed test and also a comparison to the OnePlus X. We may even root it and ROM it. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It helps me more than you know. You can find more of me at droidmoderx.com, droidforums.net, and news.howonandroid.com. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.